Он нажал грандпаут на копье. Я просто встал АФК, мне все, я просто вниз падаю. Я в конце концов нажимаю пробовать, смотри. Он нажимает, мы падаем вниз. Он нажимает грандпаут. Но грандпаут это опять на той же скорости, как падение игрока. Я уже после пропасти нажимаю то, что... Жалко, как подали. Мне против нас как бы в армии 300 попадают. Это ж хуйня.
Блять. Я не чу.
I kind of feel bad for that one. Like, that was just rude. Still, though, we're just going through trying to grab as much as possible. Now we can actually get the dung beetles as well because we've grown a good amount of size. Then once we grow even bigger, you can see that there are the actual rats that are going through and also some tarantulas that are just eating them whole. Do tarantulas do that in real life? I'm actually not sure. I don't think I've ever seen one before. I also don't really want to see one in real life ever. But anyways, back to dung beetles. And soon we will be eating our brothers, the other rats. Kind of sad when you really think about it because we all do have the same goal, trying to get rid of all the landmines. It's just we're way too hungry to really worry about that goal. I am sorry, brothers, but it has to happen. I mean, the tarantulas are coming after you anyways. We're just speeding up the process a little bit. Don't worry, though. I will get my revenge for you guys. I will take out these tarantulas soon. I just need to eat a couple more of you. That way I can keep growing in size. We're getting pretty large at this point, and there we go. Here come the tarantulas. A nice, tasty meal for me. We haven't even seen a single landmine at this point, which is kind of funny, but oh, there's also going to be these little bits of grass that we can take, at least the smaller ones at first. At this point, we're able to eat everything we see, even binoculars. I mean, when is something being inedible stops me from eating it? But there we go. With those guys done, that's going to be the first level. And now, we actually do have a mission to protect the elephants. Too bad I don't really care about the mission. I mean, I'll try to protect them, kind of, but if one of them bumps into a landmine, you can only really blame themselves. They should be staying on the path. Like, they're literally getting onto the grass. That's kind of their fault at that point. I can only do so much. Still, though, after we deal with the immediate path and we don't just have multiple elephant deaths on our hands, we'll just be going for everything else, which, where did all these mines come from? I do wonder that. But still, we are about to finish up. I just need one more, and there we go. We saved most elephants. The game wasn't very proud of us, but you know, we did what we needed to do. Now we are onto the scorpion level, and look at these turtles, man. They are just chilling. Like, they're kind of the boys. They're probably also pretty terrified of scorpions. I would be too. But yeah, they're not even moving.
Еще и меня отметил, классно. Там медленно последовательно. Финал начал проиграть начали.
Блять, естественно, вышли.
Нет, если это выиграем, то я остаюсь, в принципе.
Найс.
Где лежит отсвай? Потому
Moving,
что
man.
мы в
They're just
Европе.
chilling, waiting there.
И вот
I
тут
love turtles
видят
so much. They're
другие
so awesome. The
чайки.
scorpions
И
are
ты
always
будешь
going to
потом
go in a set
сосать
path, though, so we can
белки,
just take
хуй
each
и
one of these 4
яйца.
paths, grab a couple scorpions, and go to the next one. Until finally we're able to
That's
eat
nice,
some of the
nice.
grass as well. That's going to increase our size by a ton, and soon we will be able to eat all of the turtles. Just grab them. That is a huge source of size for us. And finally, we'll finish out just with a few more. Easy. And speaking of quick, now we have the cheetah level. So we'll start this one out just by grabbing some turtles here and there. And there will be some cheetahs that are just running extremely quick. I guess there are also the ostriches. And these things are running into us. They're also trying to eat our turtles, which is pretty rude. But after we just get a little bit of size, we can eat them. Yeah, they probably were not expecting this. We're kind of faster than them, which is a little surprising. Maybe they're not going top speed, but yeah, I'll just grab them. We're already like 3/4 done. This level is extremely quick, and we can just finish out with a couple more birds. And now this level is very interesting. So first, we're just gonna take these elephant shrews, and there's gonna be these animals. I actually forget the name of them right now. It's bat-eared something. I'll get reminded when we eat them. But they're just gonna be chilling by the nests and waiting there. So yeah, they just give me free reign to eat whatever I want. Sometimes we will knock into them, and they're probably like, dude, what are you doing? This is so rude. But yeah, I really appreciate how they're not going for any of my food or me. It's kind of nice. But there we go. Now we're gonna get big enough, and they're called bat-eared foxes. Okay, I was pretty close. I had the bat-eared part right. Anyways, we're gonna be taking up as many of those, even though they were so kind to us, not stealing our food. We're not gonna share that same kindness with them. And after getting big enough, we can also be taking out these termite nests, and that'll be that level. And now we got the poacher level, which this one, gotta love it, because who likes poachers? So we'll be able to take them out before they can kill any of the species. And then, you know, we're gonna kill the endangered species, but we don't gotta talk about that part. Now, these poachers are pretty easy to take down too, and there was also a cheetah. We are already big enough for that. There will be these lions. Those ones are gonna take a little bit longer to get, and they are also trying to get our food. Like, these poachers are the most ineffective people possible, I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty much just free meals. But after gaining a little bit of size, we're getting all the lioness and the lions. Pretty easy stuff to eat. They just make it way too easy, to be completely honest with you. And soon we should be about the size to be able to eat those tents. There we go. I can see it right there. That is going to be a huge amount of size. That is very quick. Just got to get that last one, and that'll be that one. Now on to level 7 here. We got to go for these guys first. And there's just going to be tons of animals. There's also going to be the grass that we can take. And yeah, this level just starts out with a bang. There's so much you can eat. Sometimes it has a bunch of stuff that it's like, oh yeah, you're going to be able to eat it soon. But it just gives us everything right away. There are also the poachers with just a little bit of eating. We're already on that state where we can take care of them too. And yeah, just everything's going down. We got the warthogs at this point, and also all of these bushes. Those are going to be nice too. Don't mind if I take a little bite. Our map has now grown a little bit bigger, and there are just so many poachers in this world, man. But we're going to be taking them out along with the rest of everything else. Oh yeah, they're all also going to be these drafts that are just chilling, and that means we're always going to know where they are, which is going to be a nice source of food for everyone. Elephants at this point, the world has expanded once again to where we only really see the giraffes and the elephants. I mean, there are carcasses. Don't worry, that's going to be decent enough. And the trees, of course, we're going to take all of those as fast as possible. Then there's going to be all these buildings. We can take their fences, their trucks. There are going to be planes. Those are going to be nice and tasty. And yeah, pretty close to finishing this one up. Just with a couple of planes. Maybe get a couple more of those safari trucks. And there we go. And now we have to clear all the mines in this level.
Нахуй ты полез вниз,
There's
сука!
a lot of mines we have to go through. We're trying to go fast. It doesn't
Долбойоб, блядь, не ори, заїбав.
sure you're going right.
Ти навіть не говориш, ти поки де ореш.
It is super hard to be precise when we're also going fast. And with only 6 lines to get, it really isn't the worst level in the world. We should be ending up just with those guys. Gotta
Блядь. Та я їбав, що таке, нахуй?
love those sub 1 minute levels. They're always nice to see. But now, oh yeah, this level. Okay, so basically all of these people are just drinking from this pond and not even leaving. I don't even think they notice what's happening in the world around them, but we have to go for the smaller animals first, and then we'll get onto the bigger ones from there. You can see we have grown enough in size, so now we can go for things like cheetahs. And yeah, it's just about picking the right animals. We're now going for the lioness, and slowly but surely, there are becoming less and less animals by this pond. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if these guys are alive or anything. Like, they're not even reacting. They probably hear the noises of the other guys getting eaten. Maybe they're just actual props, so this is just a whole fun game. You know, it's not real life. But things are very much starting to...
Это с кремацией чат, такой рамки получить.
get lesser. We are almost to the point where we just go in a circle and eat everything at a single time. It's just these elephants we have to wait for. I'm about to get up to that size. There we go. We can see that the arrow is now pointing to them, so I can grab a few of them. That's gonna be that level. Now for level 10, it will be Revenge of the Elephants, but I'm not worrying about elephants right now. We're going straight for all these zebras. And yeah, the elephants are attacking the cars. Hey, I'm not mad at them, especially if those cars do have the poachers in them. We all hate poachers. But yeah, they are very good at this. Like, they are destroying these people. And like usual, they're humans, so they're not even gonna try to get away from the danger. They kind of just accept that this is their lives. It's kind of funny, the elephants are dealing with all the cars, and I'm dealing with all the zebras. You know, it's almost like we're a team. Almost, until I eventually end up eating them too. Kind of the sad reality of life. Nobody can be my friend because everything is food. And like I said, now we're going for cars. You know what? I'm hoping the elephants get revenge until I start eating them too. They should have made this level one of them where you're only supposed to eat those trucks. That probably would have made it a bit better, but you know, I'm eating everything. We don't care. And for a second to last level, yeah, we have time for people, which starts us with eating a bunch of cars, and soon we're going to be getting onto the airplanes. So these are some nice and tasty cars. Some of them are just sitting rolled together in a line. Other ones are just moving around. And the airplanes do almost nothing to us. If they knock into us, we're just putting them completely off course. They don't really care, it seems like, though. And I am just waiting till the point to where I can start eating them because this level then gets a ton faster. So with just a few more of these trucks,
piece of shit. Idiot.
Ой, блядь. Єбать, у нього груза нахуй. Як він мене плюс не збрив. Оу, щі. Блять.
Я говорю, телефон грязь. Город и пень сейчас будет. Даже где-то компом. 14 часов спал, ужас. Мне тоже я проснулся в 11 будильник поставить. Я даже не помню, как я его выключил. Хотя 8 часов поспать, и я же выходной. И я думал, посижу за компом нормально, блядь, 14 часов спал. Ужасно. Я не могу, мне совесть не позволяет так спать, когда у меня куча дел. Я вижу, что надо поделать. Может, я как-то занят. Занят, это вот. Да. Когда что-то делать хочу. Мария что-то поиграть. Ого. И поэтому все такое. Карта делится. Посмотри, у меня обязательно делится. Короче, да, просто ставить, естественно, на территории. Там еще бывает такое, что типа нет смесенных совместно. Совместно игра. В команде. Тут нет другая тянет. Он ставит дефенс. Ладно, хуйня надо.
Хто в спину зайшов? Сос.
Он в 6-й части. Ну такое, будто его побьердовало чуть-чуть. Возвращать. Вот, как совместная игра, только вместе. Еще спорная территория, единственная буквально штука. Это спорная территория. Ты, короче, в клан заходишь. Такой. И вы вместе, то есть ваш клан бьется с другими кланами за территорию. Есть карте точки определенные, смотри. Ой, блядь. И ты ходишь по всяким таким прикольчикам, делаешь пальцы, карты разные. Есть крючки с программой. И всякие лапы. Надо не ловить, это может улучшение покупать. Карточку дает. Это вроде максимум. Как раз такая. Excel, ёбаный. Капец. Крайне. Надоело уже. Шилось чудо. Как будто я играл в цветком. Ладно, нормально. Но делики все равно каждый день на протяжении 2 лет забирали. А ты как думал? Надо. Партия сказала надо. Если партия сказала, значит надо. Вот просто. Давай.
от сука. Хоч откуда вистріли йдуть, я не купаю.
Запустил? Блять.
Ну, сука.
Чё меня не подключает? Ушла. Поебала. Нормально, мы сейчас последние 2 волны прикинем. Говорю, последние 2 волны прикинем, надо будет. Я уже прошел.
Я ж йому успів їбало дати. Мор вообще не кот.
Know what that means, but either way, maybe that's like oh wait, actually maybe that's like propeller airplanes. I am so dumb. All right, anyways, that's probably what that meant. I thought it meant like prop, like they weren't actual real airplanes and they were on like a movie set or something. But yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Anyways, we're gonna finish out with a couple more of these. Perfect, and that's the last level of the round, and we're back down right at the beginning where we're just dealing with all the termites and the plant matter. You know, it's always nice to go back to your roots, but I still do feel bad about these dung beetles and stealing their dung balls. What do dung beetles even do with those? I don't know. I'll probably look that up afterwards. Anyways, we are now bigger. There's the tarantulas. You already know these guys are extremely creepy. Like, look at them just eating rats. They're terrifying. I mean, I say that as I am eating literally everything and I get up to the size where I can eat actual airplanes. Yeah, maybe I'm the one who's actually terrifying. Especially now, because I have definitely gotten up to about their size. I'm just waiting to see one of these guys. Oh, you just wait a little bit longer, tarantula. I'm coming for you. They know it's gonna happen too. They're probably seeing me get bigger and bigger. But there we go. Nice and tasty spiders. You love to see it. And also grabbing the grass like usual. And also landmines. Wait, those were landmines this whole time? I thought those were just like broken pieces of glass. I never actually noticed that. Like, I knew there were landmines in the rat levels. I just thought in these cases, those were glass. I am not the smartest
Я тебе
person in the
поднял,
world.
привет, привет,
Why
Саныч.
did I even expose myself right there? It's okay.
О,
We're just
вот
gonna keep
подошли
on
сразу,
consuming.
так,
We
Саныч,
do see the
вот.
poachers. We're already able to eat them. We've been growing just big enough. This has probably been one of the fastest worlds too. Like there were so many levels in this world that took less than a minute. At least it felt like that. I would have to go back into the recording to see if that was actually true. But anyways, bigger now, and we're back at this point. Just tons of bushes. There are gonna be bigger and bigger animals we can eat. The giraffes just chilling, literally doing nothing to anybody, but I'm just pushing them out of the way. I mean, it's better than me eating them. They should be grateful for that, for however much time they have left. And that time was not very long, because now we're coming for you. You know, you guys just shouldn't make it so easy. At least move out of the way. Hit me with a car every once in a while, like the humans are doing. But we are now even bigger. All of the elephants are now just our food. We can also grab these fences, get all the cars as well, and the bushes and stuff. Or I guess these aren't bushes at this point. These are just trees. Still, all the same to me. It's something to make me bigger. And we'll be grabbing a couple of the airplanes, and soon we'll be going for entire buildings. There we go. We are now gigantic. You see entire herds of elephants just across, which is pretty nice for me because that's a perfect time for me to get some tasty food. And we can just destroy all of these fences. The crop here not that way. And there are a ton of buildings. I feel so bad about taking out just all these elephants, like an entire herd. We are just completely destroying these elephants, and now we're on to the resort.
Там и посложнее есть, скажем честно. Это будет, это не пиздец, не мясо. Я сейчас на базу дам бесплатно. Вот и здесь Тарков. Он за мной полетит, по идее. Бля, что я сделал? Одна секунда. Отличная атака. Я знаю, я убивал уже много раз. Только не в кого, только именно один раз.
Сука, з дробовиком.
So, yeah, goodbye, guys. And with all of that done, we are about
Oh,
done.
that
I just
was
have to
not
take out a
finished.
couple more elephants. There we go. On to the B levels. And this is
Yeah,
where
I
this
guess
game
потому
gets
что мы
interesting.
народ
Okay, I
средний,
mean,
это
the game
самое
already has been
интересное.
interesting. Basically, they've been experimenting with bee colonies and trying to make a super bee, which will be able to pollinate way better and is more resistant to colony collapse. And some dude is just walking by, is like, why does that bee have gigantic eyes? And causes the bee to go free. So yeah, that's who we are. And we're gonna start out just with some regular pollen. We are completely destroying this pollen too, and it's not going back to any queen. I'm my own queen in this game, and we're gonna go eat. You can even see the bigger bees, but now we're getting a couple of gnats. Those are gonna be a nice source of food for us. And this level's really nice because there's just so much stuff all around us. I bet these bees are like, oh yeah, this is one of our friends. He's definitely here to help us. Little do they know that is not gonna last very long. It never has with any of these levels, because in just a little bit longer we can start eating them too. And now I'll just be going from flower to flower. It's even easier at this point. We don't even see any any of the pollen or the gnats, we can just go straight on for the bees. And there are going to be these hummingbirds. They're kind of just trying to do their thing. Everything's working together except for us, who is completely destroying the ecosystem. I mean, they should have thought a little bit harder before they released the super bee. I guess it wasn't intentional, but still, maybe it shouldn't have been that easy to release. Now it looks like it's time for the hummingbirds. I love the sound of birds, but I don't exactly love it as much when we hear it when we're eating them. Birds, great animal though. And before too long, after we take care of a couple of birds, we can start taking just these flowers. Of course, starting with the smaller ones first, then we can start eating all of them, and we will grow in size until we see a bunch of bushes. So we'll be coming through, grabbing all the pink stuff. And yeah, in general, just having a good time. We'll grab everything from the bushes first before we start coming upwards, and we'll see that along with a bunch of apples, there are just drones. And these drones do not care. I don't know who is piloting them, but they'll just run into us. Honestly, one of the most annoying things in this game, I don't like the noise they make, and I don't like that they just explode every time we hit them. So I am going to be very happy when we eat them soon. It becomes a little bit harder to get food as you get rid of all the apples and stuff, because that's just a consistent source of food. But then once we start taking on the drones, there are so many. How do all of these people have drones? Or are they all owned by like the same person? Either way, it's just going to be more tasty meals for me, and we will finish out with just a few more. There we go. Now on to 2, we have Mind Your Beeswax, and for this one, we are just in this guy's hive and stealing everything. He is chasing after us like, dude, this is not your honey, but we don't really care at all. And once we get bigger, it becomes even easier to steal this honey, and we can also eat the bees. They knew what was coming to them. I mean, they shouldn't have been trying to attack me in the first place. They should have known this would happen to them. But yeah, we're just running through, destroying absolutely everything. Once we get most of the honey from one of the hives, we can go to the second one, which is right over to the right. And just look how happy our bee guy is when he's eating. He's just glad to be alive and glad to be full. Now we gotta go for a couple of these flowers. Go for the smaller ones first, of course. Grab one from this bush, and we can also grab the pine cones as well. We are also big enough to start taking care of a couple of the birds, but I do want to grab the flowers first, just because they're a very easy source of meals. But now we'll get a couple of the cardinals, and this one is just going back and forth until eventually we're big enough to grow. Now we can grab a couple more of these people. You will see that there are beekeepers. They have not been doing their jobs great, because they should have known that I was here. Like, I should be public threat number 1. They've seen what these animals do. If this is all in the same universe, at least. Like, humanity should stop trying to test their fate. But I guess they don't care. They're trying to make their lives easier, only for everything to go downhill immediately. Still, now we can start grabbing some hive frames, which is going to be nice, along with the beehives. And these people, finally, they realize they should start running from me. Took you long enough, man. Now on to leave bee alone. You already know we're not going to leave bee alone. But at least start. But yeah, these other bees, they're not going to like it. I mean, to be fair, they are stealing my nectar, so that's kind of messed up with them. And if I'm not going to be able to eat a bunch of nectar, I gotta eat another. Anyways, it's a pretty small apple. Just go.
Трансмодами играешь или трансмод?
Ай, сука.
Это нечестно было. И не был готов.
Два рази.
Through the different flowers, trying to grab nectar before the other bees can get to it. Then eventually, once we have a good amount of it, we're gonna go for these bees, and there is plentiful. Of course, not supposed to eat them. We are getting so many negative points, but I'm not too worried about it. We're now onto birds of a feather. And in this one, just like the name implies, we're gonna be eating a lot of birds. They got older bird feeders around. They're just trying to enjoy their days. Meanwhile, I'm coming and I'm hungry. Imagine this bee with the gigantic eye is the thing that kills you. He doesn't even look angry. He just looks like he doesn't care. Like, there's no point to this senseless carnage. He just kind of wants to. He's hungry. Yeah, I could not imagine this being the way I go out, I'm not gonna lie, but that's not gonna stop us from destroying the entire world. So after eating tons of hummingbirds, getting super big, we not only can eat the cardinals, but we can also eat the hummingbird feeders. So yeah, unlucky for them. Now we got a level where we're already starting out pretty big. We're cardinal size, so that's gonna be our first few eats. And there's not much stuff on the ground that we can eat, but there are gonna be all these bald eagles, and they're gonna be coming after us. This truly is a bird eat bird world because these guys do not care. They're hungry too. Hey, if this was my hunting grounds, I'd probably be pretty intimidated too. This dude looks terrifying. But after a bit of being hungry, we go for the bald eagles. Yep, you guys should have taken me out while you had the chance, because now you'll never get one of those again. And I'm just waiting till the point where I can start getting those benches too. They look really tasty. I'm just trying to find more bald eagles. They are trying to get away from me, but there we go. Got the park benches. That gets us a ton of size extremely quickly. And now we're at this level where we're starting with some apples. And again, there are going to be a bunch of drones, but at least for this level, we're really zoomed out and we'll be able to deal with those drones soon. And by soon, I mean like right away, because we already can eat them now. Nice and tasty. It's just so satisfying to eat these guys just because they explode and it's annoying. I don't want you to explode on me. That's just rude. And how are these beekeepers just not reacting at all? Okay, I can maybe buy that a regular person isn't gonna care. They'll just be like, oh yeah, big bee. Okay, I can't buy that at all. But at least the beekeepers should know better. They should be alerting somebody that there's just a gigantic bee. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy. I don't know. But now we can start getting these beehives because of the beekeepers' negligence. This is happening. And finally, of course, they're gonna start running away when they see the consequences of their actions. But this is nice for me because now I can go on these buildings and just grab people that are coming off onto their balconies. I don't know why they keep coming off onto their balconies, but they do. And it's some pretty tasty eating for me. So we'll just be going through, going back and forth. There are a couple of airplanes that are maybe coming after me, or they're just having a fun time. I mean, who's gonna think that this bee is evil? Look how cute he is with his big eye. But once we can start taking care of cars, that's when it gets really fun. It's gonna speed up from here. Because cars, huge source of nutrition. They're gonna make us gigantic. And soon we will also be able to take out the planes, get trees, get literally everything. Like, I see those trees. They look mighty tasty, but I do gotta say, oh, and there is also a fighter plane. Now, yep. Now at this point, our drone is standing looking a ton of these trees, and then also go back and forth, grab some more trees, which would be tasty. At this point, there's just tons of planes in the air. I feel like this isn't safe to have this many planes in the air at the same time in the exact same area, and they're learning just why that isn't that safe, I guess, because we are destroying them. Now with just a few more, I'll take a couple of cars, just looking for something big enough to give me the size I need. There we go. Now until level 7, we're back to being small, but for this one, we're gonna grow pretty big, pretty fast. So we get all these pine cones, we're getting all these apples. Already we have expanded in size. Now we can also go for the beehives and...
Блять.
Блядь, ты меня агрится! Меня просто та убивает. Я даже с этим делать ничего не могу. Я вот когда 500 не могу, у меня домашних как раз. Я подсажу, меня терпилитории не выпускают и ездят автомат. Я могу на это тэпнуться просто, когда это там вторую фазу переходит. Ага. Где рам? Видишь? Рэм, да, пришел рэм. Так у меня его зовут 113 ата, рэм. Понятно, да. Давай.
А, мікрось. У мене оружие кліпнулось, нахуй.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. Now, there will be a couple of cars. We don't want to mess with them too much. We don't want them to get off the map so we can no longer eat them. We're just grabbing some beehives. There we go. We have gotten up to car size. And in literally like 30 seconds, that's a level done. Oh, and now it is time for the balloon level. So this level is kind of fun. But I don't know. It's a little annoying because it's kind of hard to tell if the balloons are small enough for you to be able to eat. Like sometimes I'm just looking around for the right size of a balloon. And you have to look for a while. Some look like maybe you could eat them, but I guess our bee is just too lazy. Doesn't want to open up his jaw enough, so we gotta wait a little bit longer. And another problem is this is just kind of a long level. So yeah, you're just going through eating balloons. Not too much to say. But it finally becomes really fun once you become big enough to almost eat every single balloon. You just keep getting to hear that satisfying popping sound. And yeah, when I don't have to think about what I'm eating, it goes crazy. And yeah, another level done. Now time for bee in the cockpit. And for this one, we're starting out car size. And there are also going to be fighter jets, which are coming after us. The humans have finally started to come. Took them long enough. But the sad thing for these guys is they are not the greatest shots, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll just be going through, taking care of all the smaller vehicles, and I will be coming to the fighter jets soon. Because, I mean, everything is tasty for our bee guy. I think they also have realized at this point. I don't see anyone shooting at me. I just saw that they are able to be eaten, and yeah, those are my fighter planes now. It's so satisfying when you turn the hunter into the hunted. Like, the humans really thought they had something with their guns before I got big enough to just eat them completely. And yeah, we'll just take out a few more. Now on number 10 of the B levels, this one's kind of funny because you're only supposed to eat the pollen from the yellow flowers, but that also seems like it would take a lot more time. So we're going for both the yellow and the purple flowers. I don't care if the game's mad at me. It is very satisfying to do this level this way because normally this is a fairly...
Не, ну это лучшая атака, я считаю. Как ему похуй, как он по блокам слайдит, это ужас. Ох, не спамить начал, охуенно. Топ-10 атак, первое место. Люблю, когда рука 170 урона наносит, кстати. Не, ну это по хайповости босс, наверное, топ-2. Самая нормальная атака у этого босса. А мне рука на 170 урона наспаливает стабильно. блядь, ну как эти руки доебали, это ужас. Это так, как мне 7 рук летит. Бро, ну почему тебе наносят мишку? Почему? Это хуйня. Тут я за Excel. Мені в чат просто сказав. Ви тільки саме піздати? Процессор это чек, наверное. Это не за что за чек. Что за чек? На деф. Так, 7 голды на перечатке, без перечатки. И мне, пожалуйста. Лезь. Да, я понимаю. Есть вариант, который не изучали.
Блять.
Вот здесь опять подойдет? А, покаталась. Покаталась. Давай. Сука! Ты козёл! Прекрати! Упасть не успел. Ну, раньше не дамажила меня так. Ладно, еще так. Ну, что-то будто он в рейдже каком-то, я не знаю. Ой, Миша, вся хуйня, давай по новой. Ой, Миша, всё. Я с таким, ну, это день, я перчу.
Ctrl-3
ASRock.
нажав, сука. Тоже збрили. Ctrl-Y, Ctrl-T. С.
Знаешь, почему кто какой-то ебанутый нашел дедову двухстволку и бегает, уничтожает все живое в зоне досягаемости этого адского орудия возмездия? В игре остались только уставшего вида вороны, которым приходится летать на предельной высоте в полуобморочном состоянии в условиях кислородного голодания, чтобы дробь под хвост не прилетела, разумеется. Прообразом этой пушки стала двухстволка Думгая из одноименной серии игр. Двухстволка в Таркове является эталоном с движения, его отправной точкой, а также твоим оберегом и талисманом. Взяв ее однажды и ощутив всю мощь, ты как ненасытный наркоман возвращаешься за новой и новой дозой выстрела дуплетом магнум картечью по ногам ничего не подозревающей фулки. Этот истошный крик и визуализация в твоем воображении подорвавшегося пердака оппонента вынуждает тебя отказываться от мирских благ в лице мета-эмок и мутантов. Ведь это не имеет смысла. За 10 тысяч ты получаешь оружие, способное прервать жизнь любого носителя слика эксфилов, не вдаваясь в детали его киберспортивного прошлого. Заряжай двухстволку любой картечью или флешетами, и будет тебе счастье. Я ставлю ей 10 куриных филей из 10, а тебе рекомендую подписаться на канал и скинуть этот ролик друзьям. Знаешь, почему в Таркове нет животных? Потому что какой-то ебанутый нашел дедову двухстволку и бегает, уничтожает все живое в зоне досягаемости этого адского орудия возмездия. В игре остались только уставшего вида вороны, которым приходится летать на предельной высоте в полуобморочном состоянии в условиях кислородного голодания, чтобы дробь под хвост не прилетела, разумеется. Прообразом этой пушки стала двухстволка Думгая из одноименной серии игр. Двухстволка в Таркове является эталоном с движения, его отправной точкой, а также твоим оберегом и талисманом. Взяв ее однажды и ощутив всю мощь, ты как ненасытный наркоман возвращаешься за новой и новой дозой выстрела дуплетом магнум картечью по ногам ничего не подозревающей фулки. Этот истошный крик и визуализация в твоем воображении подорвавшегося пердака оппонента вынуждает тебя отказываться от мирских благ в лице мета-эмок и мутантов. Ведь это не имеет смысла. За 10 тысяч ты получаешь оружие, способное при...
Как у тебя?
прервать жизнь.
Паша техник, человек такого обаяния, блядь, что мне страшно за молодых смотрящих на него. Это самый добрый позитивный вопрос. Это, понимаешь, ты не надо убиваться. И ты останавливаешься 5 минут общения. Так давай, насыпай. Паша техник, человек такого обаяния, блядь.
Английское качество. Ягуар американдон. Хороший суп. Все лучше.
GG.
Видя поломанного ебальника.
Ctrl-Y.
Когда реально выше друг на друга ставить было.
О,
Потому что этот ублюдок допрыгивает. Когда прыгает на нижней арены, то вверх не подпрыгивает.
дякую. Блять. Нажав F, сука.
Да чё ты прыгай в тачечку, малыш, не бойся. Тётя не обидит мальчика, не беспокойся. Матушка меня просила привезти ей зятя.
Нет.
Шучу.
У меня только что номера не было, и он сейчас обратно
Ночью
поставил.
заедем. Да чё ты прыгай в тачечку, малыш, не бойся. Тётя не обидит мальчика, не беспокойся. Матушка меня просила привезти ей зятя.
Нет.
Шучу.
У меня только что номера не было, и он сейчас обратно
Ночью
поставил.
заедем. Да чё ты прыгай в тачечку, малыш, не бойся. Расцвели как будто в мае. Ты мне веришь или нет? Веришь мне или нет?
Я тебе, конечно, верю.
Расцвели как будто в мае. Ты мне веришь? Ну что поделать, если не
У нас 2000 сотрудников администрации. 2000. Неужели вы думаете, что я каждого контролирую? Вон Песков сидит напротив, мой пресс-секретарь. Он несет иногда такую пургу. Я сама смотрю по телевизору, думаю, чего он там рассказывает, кто ему это поручил. Но...
Как говорил один
Ну, это
китайский
занято,
мудрец,
потому что-
тот, кто в течение дня активен
Потому что
как
ты
пчела,
жив,
силен
да.
как бык, вкалывает как лошадь и приходит вечером домой уставшим как собака, должен проконсультироваться с ветеринаром. Есть большая вероятность, что он осел. Как говорил один китайский мудрец, тот, кто в течение дня активен как пчела, силен как бык, вкалывает как лошадь и приходит...
Это все мягко найти. Когда на тебя так? А чё на тебя прятаться? О! Когда ты на вышку закрывай. Ветки у показал только. Еще яйца. Две магические книги. Хуйня какая-то. Улучшение. Еще не выпало на меня. Наебать. Вот. Сука, на меня ж не падает, оказывается, как запасить его. Не важно.
Блядь.
Я вправо перейдем там или там.
Да. Ні, ебучий. Дым.
Блядь, Fractured Arc, наконец-то. Спасибо маме, спасибо папе, спасибо всем. Да меч нормальный. Или играй ночь. А я все хочу скрафтить, не вспомню. Fired up triple time when enemies are near. So very agile, agile, йо-йо. Агиле, какой я гандон. Какой я гандон. Броня, я хочу броню себе. Я хочу себе броню, но лучше, чем молотов. Но я не уверен. А мы будем Астрогедона убивать, правда? Хватит драгон, который будем просто прям как-то втыкать. Ну ладно, до экзаменов, пока мы сможем следующую. Ладно,
Фурина Ая.
говорил. Значит, тут себе это 20, я не знаю, что проверить. Или мы пройдем и будем проходить без немножко. Слишком легко будет. Что? Да. Это вопрос еще. Ну, посмотри на эту вещь, пожалуйста. Ну, посмотри, насколько он сильный. Вау, это нихуя себе. Ты что делаешь? Померьте на дату, это давай померьте, да? Ну тогда сохраню себе, блин, его. Он said enemy thermal life to target you. Ну что, суки? Разговор против меня. Идите, речь больше. Хочу, чтобы я только понял. Сейчас смотри, я могу сейчас сказать, тебе оружие хочу. А, нам не хватает перепадки. Пойдем сейчас закончим. Ты фарми пока, я пока буду для себя качу. Мама! Так никогда в жизни не убивал. Но
Блядь. Слишком сильно спустился.
очень легкий, ладно. если бы, правда, нет 200 урона, типа, ну, при касании, то может быть...
Открывай
Там
стрим
не
режет,
вечер,
посмотри, где он.
там надо.
Ты решил ОПГ твари просто.
Конечно.
Честно написал, пиздец, на меня просто 4 типа едет нахуй в УАЗике и 2 еще на баге. 2 на 2.
Хоть меня и
Как?
5 игр
Я
подряд
иди
ебал в
нахуй,
рот, прикрем ты в
отстань.
жопу. Он отбивал машины кулаками, блядь. Он ебал моего друга, блядь. Мне нахуй я не мог помочь ему, блядь.
Что? У меня этого
Ой, прыгает, сука, вдай, один прыгает.
Он начал на аля улюшку ебашить. Я тебе говорю! У него вот в следующей катке, не-не, он уже перегрелся. Очень много стримит, очень много топ-1, дает сбой программа. Сейчас в следующей катке он должен... Все вот увидели? О, это рекрент, мы на него не пойдем. Еблан лутает аирдроп, поворачивается и пиздует. Бабаджі против рекрента, лутает аирдроп перед ним и он назад. Ты ебанутый! Бля, вот это, кстати, это супер тупой момент был. Они 2 в 1. Вот здесь чел залутал рейдроп и пиздует спиной. И он первого типа в спину забрал. И остался 1 в 1. Во, мув нахуй. И твой сзади тип накидывает без СКС-ки. Бам, нахуй пошел, блядь. Блядь, ты представь! Никто нахуй на этой карте нас не мог убить, блядь! И мы попались на ебаного рекрента, который нас просто выбрал, бля, как газон, нахуй! Кто говорит? Ты представь, сука! Из, сука, 99 человек мы попались на рекрента, блядь! Ты представь, нахуй! Ебать у вас варианты разошлись, ребят, немножко.
Ой, я случайно.
Идет нахуй!
Он, наверное, не заплатил, слышь, за проезд. Кондуктор и клиент это. А нормально, что звук хороший старается?
Кстати, прям, но мне кажется,
Никого не должно быть.
Секвентили его! Мирон народ влетает просто в них! В их команду начинает ебанутый файт, задавливает одного! Скилзор выбил!
Ебать, крючок экшел, брат. Прометазичек 2017.
А чё вы говорите? Может так. О, у меня брать секса есть. Но брать секса в турбине дэмэдж, да? Не стреляй там, значит, что, циклопа опять пиздить? Давай, пробуй.
Ебать типи претендует на це ебучее здание. Блять, а що він просто. Він ще лежить.
Так как легче, нет?
Засыпает, убивают Фейди. Я сейчас смотрю, как играли другие ребята, ебать мы контента выдали в
Да
туре.
почему руки столько дамажат? Ты только пришел.
Нихуя не делали, блять. Спасибо большое.
подписку.
Благодарю за куска за подарочные.
Убивать, убивать, Кейн, максимизируй, остается один Такой же вы сами, убивайте
Это, ну это, блядь.
Спасибо за подписку.
Это пипец. Все, следующий турик. Рекрент играет только с гранатами. Как вам идея? Только с гранатами.
Почему мы обязаны их убить?
Сука, гондон еще и троллит сидит. Он это не человек, это людина, блядь. Но это, бля, это максимум, я могу говорить, что это какой-то персонаж.
Тут без шансов было.
Вызвал дроп. Откуда? Что?
А ему дельфин, слышишь, несет дроп.
Откуда?
Вопрос. Как он здесь оказался? Как он здесь оказался? Где его лодка? 0 лодки вокруг, он пришел по воде, как Иисус, нахуй. Потопал! Я сам не помню. А, вон лодка, блядь, смотри. Реально, Рик.
300 и 200. Охуеть, я дамажу жестко. А тут сколько? 100.
Хера.
Давай, что делать? Ну, нормально, что я его дамажу. Блять, об руки отлетел.
Блядство. Петрович, 28322.
Рекрент, блядь, в батл рояле, нахуй.
Я рядок в руку сделал, мне откинул в другую, блядь. Похуй. Никто про этого босса не слышал, мы про него не знаем и не сильно хотим. Как я буду стену дамажить? У меня же урона нету абсолютно.
Потеешь? Как ты знаешь, большинство поездов
вагонов
Ну,
оборудованы
скажем честно, да,
кондиционерами.
экономить цена
Благодаря этому в вагонах комфортная температура зимой и летом, чтобы тебе было по кайфу ехать. Если же слишком жарко или холодно, возможно, с кондиционером что-то не так. Скажи об этом машинисту по связи, пассажир-машинист. Обязательно уточни номер вагона, который находится рядом с переговорным устройством. В некоторых вагонах нет возможности поставить кондиционер, поэтому воздух не поступает при движении в туннеле.
Ебать! Ревет алхимика, все ноги мертвы. Ёпта, какие тут бафы, это ж пизда. Пошли. Есть проблема. Ты видел кран справа? Провидец. Ну как тебе сказать? Тебя что, тебя расстраивает сильно? Он его память. Есть вероятность, что ты нам снес нахуй кристалл для призыва этих откормленных ублюдков или что там. Я думаю, ты понимаешь, о чем. Я пробую добежать. Я помню, один раз так дорогу на всю орел, это на весь
О.
Ну, еще на втором. И нет тут обстя. Я обычный бог.
Сука, тварь.
Really slow level, but instead of going slow and all that, we can just go from one flower to the next, grabbing a couple things in our mouth, and yeah, you can see the size that we're gaining. Nice and easy. Still though, not the most exciting level, but we got it done. Now on to our second to last level of the bees. We got the apartment level where we're eating all these humans. Yeah, in this level, literally our only thing for consumption, or almost our only thing for consumption, is the humans that just can't stop coming outside. Like, listen to the news, guys. Just stay indoors and I couldn't do anything. I mean, I guess eventually I would get you because we would grow large enough to eat the buildings, but at least you'd get like a few more minutes. You know, that's actually kind of crazy. I just realized each of these levels only takes 2 minutes. Like, you would think that for our people growing this much in size, this would take hours, but no, this is like the matter of 3 minutes. Yeah, maybe it's more so the humans just accepting their inevitable fate, because once this thing gets released, after a few more tasty humans, we'll see that we're big enough to go ahead and take the airplane, which is going to finish that one out. And now we're back at the beginning. You already know what we're doing at this point. We got to start out just with the regular pollen, and soon we'll be up to actual bee level. Look how relaxed these bees are at this point. They're just having a great day, enjoying their lives. It's not going to last long at all. You know, our bee actually would be amazing for the flowers. Like, he's able to pollinate them so quickly, but then he ends up also eating the flowers as well, so yeah, I think it's kind of a net negative. And now we are a little bit bigger, and it
Разошкупить можно. Я могу купить ботинки скрафтить.
At this point, we can start going for the bees and eventually start going for the hummingbirds. And along with the hummingbirds, of course, very soon we can start taking the flowers, which is, of course, then going to make us even bigger and big enough to start taking on bigger birds and even drones soon. Yeah, at this point, the people should start to notice that we might just be a little bit of a problem, but of course they don't. They're humans. They're dumb. And they're still driving their drones by me. They should know.
Чего, блядь? Он бьет. Я нет. Прочитал. Не, ну это на самом деле легкий, кстати.
Know at this point just how much I hate these drones. Like, just stop, dude. You don't have to have them out all the time. I do love the bee levels, but one nice thing about being done with them soon is at least we won't have to see these drones again. I guess that is sad too, though, because they are very nice to eat. Like, you do deal with a little bit of being annoyed when you're smaller than them, but once we start eating them, oh, that's satisfying for real. This game in general is kind of just satisfying the game, because you just get bigger. It's kind of fun. And speaking of bigger, we're now on to the larger level where we can can grab a bunch of apples. All the beekeepers somehow do not know what is about to happen to them. Like, this bee is literally the size of your head, guys. How are you not scared at all? Why isn't the one beekeeper that made this bee trying to warn the other guys? Maybe he just quit his job and moved out of the country because he knew what was going to happen, but that's also not going to help him very much, even if he did. But now, on to the point, we can start getting the beehives, we can get the bushes. Finally, these guys start to smarten up and realize that I'm a bit of a threat. So yeah, apartment time. Everybody loves these times with all these people just enjoying their patios. And me also enjoying them being on their patios. But yeah, you already know the drill. We get big enough, we can start taking on the cars, start dealing with airplanes. But something a little unexpected is gonna happen if you've never played this game. And that is, you can see at this point, we're eating trees. We're eating these fighter planes like it's nothing. But we're not even halfway through this level. So yeah, things are about to get crazy from here, and we're about to go into a bunch of new stuff, which is pretty cool. A bunch of stuff we haven't seen before, like being this big to where we're just taking out city blocks. Like, anytime there's just a collection of trees, all of these buildings that you see, they're gonna be done very, very soon. Even these airplanes that are up in the sky, we can just push them around for right now, but we'll be coming for them soon. Like, just after a few more planes, we can see we can go for the apartment buildings. That is tons of people dead literally immediately. And then we can start dealing with the jumbo jets. Yeah, these weren't just regular airplanes. They're jumbo jets. I wonder how many people fit in that. I probably actually don't want to know. But then we can start going for the buildings, just go back and forth. We have to get the left side, then we can go to the right side and go back to the left again until we become even bigger. Only just now, we're about half the size we're going to. And we're literally taking out hills and whole buildings. So yeah, this is what we simulator at this point. Just go left and right. Not too much really you can do about it. Just taking up as many hills, trying to go from the smaller ones to the larger ones. And we can also start taking out an entire city, all of those buildings at once. So that was crazy. And at this point, we are so big, we can see the curve.
Розкажи, що мені надо?
Сука, шмалка, блять.
А чё? Каталась. На лазерах остановится, потому что 2 стенки у нас.
Curvature of the earth. And we're also taking out entire mountains. Yeah, this level gets insane. Oh, I guess that wasn't the curvature of the earth just yet. That was just one island. You know, I'm not too worried about it because we are also taking out islands. We're about to be at the curvature of the earth because after this, we are now so big, we can just almost see the entire planet. We're just going one by one for these guys now. They don't even know what's happening to them. They have no way to comprehend what this gigantic bee is doing. And finally, we're gonna finish out the bee levels with you. Now, if you're a little sad because you're like, dang, I wish you got even bigger, don't worry, we will. But now we're on to the shark levels. And in these levels, a businessman is explaining that he's been investing in the latest shark killing tech, but not because the sharks have been tormenting anybody, but because they get stuck in their fishing nets and cost them money. So yeah, they've been killing a ton of sharks, and now it's time to get a revenge. So for this one, it starts out with a pretty small area where the shark is already pretty big. I mean, we're killing some fries, nice and tasty. You already know how it is. And we'll just be going around eating as many of those, sometimes going to the bottom of the lake. And we can also see that we can now get these strawberry anemones. And those are pretty tasty. That's going to give us a huge amount of size to now make it so we can go for even bigger fish. There are going to be these sea urchins at the bottom of the water. They will hurt us, but like usual, we don't really care too much. Instead, our boy the shark is just going to keep going around. And this is honestly a pretty fast level. Like, we're already halfway there. We're only a minute in. So I'm pretty proud of our shark. But now we can actually go for the sea urchins along with the greenlings. And we can even see that we can jump out of the water, go over places like that, so we can go to the other side and get even more sea urchins. There are also going to be these otters, which just drop sea urchins, which, you know, they're just chilling. They're really not causing too much problems for anybody, but we will be causing problems for them later in this run. Don't worry about that. Now we can start going for the sea cucumbers and pretty much just trying to find anything. I just completely destroyed that bird. Pushed him down into the water. I'm going to do a lot worse to him later in this run, though. Don't worry about that. He's still there. He's stuck in the water. He's drowning himself. That's kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. I guess he finally made it out after a little bit, though. So good for him at the very least. We're going to be able to start grabbing these king crabs. And now finally, we can also jump out of the water to get some of those birds. I always love jumping out, grabbing the birds as much as possible. They're just fun to do. I've already said this, but it's just a good time. And with only a little bit more, it looks like we should have enough to complete that first level, going on to number 2. And in this one, it's called Feeling Crabby. And the only thing we're going to eat in this level is these king crabs. We don't really grow in size too much because these are our only meal. And yeah, they're just gonna keep lessons. You would think they would start to understand that maybe they should try to get away from the shark, but maybe they just accepted that they are my meal. I mean, they're pretty tasty. At least I assume they are, because the shark seems to be enjoying them a lot. And yeah, we're pretty much just eating a few more, and that should be it. Another level done. Now on to this third level, all we're going to be going after are these moon jellies, and this is a super annoying level, because it's really hard to know if you can actually eat a certain moon jelly. It's like those other levels, where there are just slight differences in the size. So sometimes
Потому что надо убить это. Зачем? Вы либо всем сразу повторяете спальню, в чем проблема? чем же он не прав? Как говорится, нахуя их? Блядь, 158 true damage. Ну, блядь, ну что это? Ну, это баланс, хотите сказать? Вот название дали, пожалуйста. 2000 дэмэджа у меня, блядь, резко нарисовалось. Полторы точнее. Честно, блядь, хотите сказать, суки? Нет, мне нравится. Игра не продумалась. Не надо мне этот урон обрезать, пожалуйста. Пиздец. Ветру. Я про это точно гадости не говорил. Точно.
Think you should be able to eat one, but it's just slightly too big, so we have to go for the next one. I'm just using my arrow on the shark to usually see which ones we can take, and sometimes you just gotta keep going around in circles and not really get anything. Kinda a nice calming level though, I mean we're just going back and forth, and you already know once we do finally get big enough and can start eating almost everything, that's when it's really gonna start getting fun. The sea levels really are some of my favorites, by the way. If you want to see me do more of these Tasty Planet speedruns, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure there's a game called like Tasty Blue, so I could do that next if people are interested. But we are starting to get to the point. More and more stuff is available. Other stuff we're just like all over the place. Because if I can't eat you, I'm gonna make your life pretty miserable. And yeah, we are just going for absolutely everything at this point. All of these levels so far have been